everybody. Glad you're with us today. Welcome to Ozarks Live. How are we
Hello.
doing today? Good?
Well, I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm doing good. You're
Yeah.
still kind of working, but you've got a little golf tension, I think. And
I do.
mean,
The back is going, you shouldn't have done that. Stupid.
you heard him say yesterday how many rounds of golf you played in 5 rounds in 4 days?
5 and 4, yes.
5 rounds of 18 holes in 4 days. That's a lot of golf, Tom, for anybody.
No, it's not. It's too much golf
It's too
is what
much
it is.
golf. That's what it is.
And
Yeah.
as much as I enjoy playing the game, there was a point where I was going, this is really dumb, and my back was going, I'll show you how dumb it is, and now I'm paying the price.
So he's hobbling slightly, but
Little bit.
he'll be fine. We'll look out for you. It's all good.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Probably a trampoline for when I fall down, at least I'll be able to get back up.
We have a trampoline if you'd like to come over and
Thanks, I
boing,
appreciate
boing,
it.
boing. Yeah, I'm sure that would do your
Just
back
what
a
I
world
need.
of good.
No, I'm just going to look at it and go, yeah, no.
You know, I enjoy playing golf, but like I said yesterday, and I told a friend of mine yesterday on the phone, we were talking about going out and playing, and I said, 9 holes is enough. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll play 18, but 9, I'm fine. It's a lot less time.
I'm to the point before I get to 18 where I'm going, yeah, I think I've had enough, but I'm way out here on the course. I have to finish anyway. It's that kind of thing. But there were times over the weekend that I went, go ahead, you guys play this hole. I'm just going to sit in the cart for a while.
You just go ahead.
Yeah.
You hit a really good shot off the tee. We're in range. You just do your thing.
Yes.
You don't need me.
No, you
know.
So
if you need that killer putt, call me. But other than that,
Yeah. Or I'll keep good thoughts and you'll make it.
yeah, no kidding. Well,
what about you?
I am actually going to head down to Branson later.
Yeah.
So the acrobats of China, very talented people. Well, now they're doing their thing on ice, right? So if they're not going to scare us to death enough just on on dry land, on the stage as it is, they got to put ice underneath them now. So anyway, they have this whole new show, and so we want to show you a little bit of that at some point.
Okay.
So I'm going to go down there and check that out later today.
I have a feeling it's not going to be like the Ice Capades or anything.
I think it's going to be entirely different than
acrobats, ice, yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to do that, but at least now that I would not advocate you doing. Let's keep you off the no ice skating for you.
I probably won't even watch that for a few days because I'll be going and that'll do it.
Yeah. Do you ever ice skate? Have you ever been an ice skater?
I have been on ice skates. I can't wear hockey skates. My ankles won't support me. So when I put on hockey skates, I'm basically skating on the shoe and not the skate.
Yeah.
I can wear like a figure skate. I can wear that because it's a good support all the way up the ankle. But that's it.
I have never been an ice skater. Roller skating is great fun.
You should.
Ice skating is. I
You
did a
should
lot
try
of
it.
church group trips too.
Yeah.
Ice skating, oh gosh, that was just not good. No.
Well, you remember years ago, right on the square, New Year's Eve, they had that big sheet of plastic, like a Teflon kind of thing that people were skating around on the square in Springfield, yeah.
And on our square, I had no idea.
Tent, yes. They coat it with an oil or whatever, and you could skate around on it. People were doing it.
I still don't think it would be that good of an idea for me.
See,
anyway, we'll leave
ice skating
that to the
involves
acrobats.
cold, and I like to stay away from that.
You know
too.
me, yeah, don't want it.
All right, we've got a great show for all of you today. We thought today would be a great day to take a look back at some of our favorite musical guests that we've had on the show that we haven't seen in a while. And on top of that, we get to sit down with Danny Lorton and Mike Spiegel from Lucas Oil Speedway.
And we have some other great guests coming on to talk about the Cattle Barons Ball, actually the Junior Cattle Barons Ball. We're going to hear about all that stuff, but before we get to it, we're going to show you what is on our radar, and I think you have one to start with today.
And this fits in with kind of what we were talking about earlier. Okay, from the oh my God that follows a nasty slice into the woods to the please God just let me hit one straight for a change.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, to the oh God, oh God, oh God, as you watch your ball heading straight for the pond on 18. I'd hazard a guess that calling on the daddy happens more times in a round of golf than in any other sport. Well, now there is a course that just might improve your odds on the big man hearing you, okay?
Really?
Yes. Britain's Rochester Cathedral, it's about 30 miles southeast of London, has installed a mini golf course. Right inside the house of worship.
No.
Yes. It runs along the central nave and features 9 holes designed like bridges, where it's hoped players will reflect on the bridges that need to be built in their own lives, okay? Now, if you're hoping to get around in at the 9 holy course, see what I did there?
Get it? 9 holy.
Yeah.
Clever.
Okay. In what may be the second oldest cathedral in England, be aware the course is open through August, although not when services are held.
What?
That's right, not when the service. You don't play golf when the services are held. And remember, golfers, watch your language.
Is this not one of those things for the golfers who people go, where's so-and-so? He's on the golf course. I figured they were sort of trying to get you back in, thinking, you know, maybe you won't skip church for the golf course if you can actually golf here.
See, that's the deal. I'm not going to play golf this Sunday. I'm going to church.
You know what? I think if you could practice your short game while you listen to a message, it wouldn't be a bad thing. Maybe they should rethink the services. It's just me.
Yeah.
I need that much help.
Well, as fun as it may sound, there are a lot of people who are not too happy about this. But it's really happening.
Would have made me happy, just for the record. Okay, I got one for you. You familiar with Coachella?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the big annual music festival. Everybody gets above and beyond to outdo each other on their braided and flowered festival hair.
Oh, yeah.
You know, your inner flower
It is
child
a
comes
to-do.
screaming out. All right. Now we can all obsess about a new pet-friendly West Coast festival, Pupchella. Okay, Pupchella. Now this is a Lisa Vanderpump thing. You know Lisa Vanderpump. She's the namesake on Vanderpump Rules, and she's been a mainstay on the Real, Unreal, sort of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, right? Well, she also has a foundation called Vanderpump Dogs, which is a rescue. It's full on, 501c3 charitable organization. Anyway, Pupchella is scheduled to be held later in August in Huntington Beach, California. It is a pop-up or a pup-up, if you so choose, a pop-up mix of brunch and fashion for the pets, okay? You can enjoy organic dog treats. Puppuccinos sound good, do they not?
Yeah.
You can make a little doggy crown for your pup. They will have pet-friendly glitter tattoos on hand, a photo booth, doggy spa treatments, and a nice little hotel package so you and your pup can stay at the hotel all weekend long. Pupchella. What?
When I see dogs dressed like this, I really think the dog is going, what is he
What are
doing
you
to
doing?
me?
I don't understand.
I already have a fur coat. I don't need a sweater.
I know, and you know my dog loves costumes. Not really, but we enjoy dressing up Chico. But I've had viewers recommend that I be fired over some of the costumes I put my dog in.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't make them.
Pup Chico the First.
Pup Francis?
Yeah, Pup
That was
Francis.
my favorite.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't make the costume. Like I said, I tweeted the Pope that one. I said, look how cute this is. He didn't tweet me back. I'm a little sad, but
He's a cat person.
that's what it is. I knew it.
Okay.
Just knew it.
For those of you who have been to some of the bigger cities, you've probably seen all the rental scooters,
You probably dodged them.
Yeah, zipping around town like a bunch of scurrying ants.
Yeah.
Now, if you viewed them as an annoyance, I may have some bad news for you. Ford has announced plans to launch their new version of its Spin electric scooter. They purchased Spin, nationwide next month. The new scooters will have a larger frame, strengthened mechanical structure, a wider, longer platform to stand on, bigger tires, which will allow the scooter to give a more stable ride across rough ground, and a larger capacity battery lasting about 37 miles on a single charge. They've been testing the scooters in Baltimore since June and plan to roll the scooters out next month in Portland, Los Angeles, Berkeley, Denver, Washington, D.C., Kansas City,
Sweet.
Memphis, and Minneapolis. More cities will follow with a goal of 100 cities by the end of the year.
Okay, because I'm an idea person, right?
Yes.
I'm an idea man, Chuck, as it says. You said Ford and you said scooters.
Yes.
Okay, I'm thinking big trucks and scooters. Monster scooters. What do you think about that?
At the fairgrounds
Get the
next year.
fairgrounds. Get
Monster
scooters. Think about it. Like monster scooters, the little person.
Shh, don't say anymore.
Okay.
we might be able to.
But you see, you have my vision, right?
Sure.
Think about it. Mowing over the top of giant things on a scooter.
Well, the platform would be small for a person, but the wheels would be like 10 feet high and everything. Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Monster scooters.
Next big thing. Okay, coming up. We've got all sorts of things coming up on this show. We're going to listen to Brian Bulger and his sister play us a little music coming up next.
Yeah, so don't go away. Ozarks Live is just getting started.